Okay, so in the last video, I said that I was going to go ahead and actually add a new class that allowed you to move between the rooms. But before we do that, I've just been looking through my code, and there's a couple things I want to fix, and they're not necessarily errors. As you saw before, the room tester class works fine. All of the different things we built work fine. We're not having any execution errors, but there's a couple things that I could either predict errors occurring that I would want to prevent, and also I can look at some of the ways in which I'm naming things. So there's a couple things to note here. Whenever I'm returning an object or some part of an object, I always use the get function, because I know if I want to get a connected room, I get connected room. If I want to get the name, then I call get name. I always use get for that, and that's a very common Java thing. You'll notice in print connected rooms, I'm printing the connected rooms, and in my print connected rooms, what I'm actually doing is printing a number dot the name of the connected room. Now, I don't really like that because print connected room sounds like it's actually printing the room, but it's just printing the connected, but it's actually just printing the name. So I'm just going to quickly change print connected room to print connected room. So print names of connected rooms. And I'm actually going to say print list of names of connected rooms. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go change that in my test class, because obviously I'll be calling the wrong function now. So anywhere we see this, I'm going to replace it. This is a really good example of bad coding right here. There's a good way to change the name of something and it will change it throughout your code. And I'll show you that here in a second, because I should have done that to begin with. I didn't realize I had it this many times. But if you do have something occurring regularly throughout your code, I just made some changes, so I'm going to quickly run a test. But a good way to do it is to actually right-click on the function that you want to rename. It's parsing. Okay. So what I did there is I just paused and then I let the test finish running because Java was a little bit bottlenecked. So it looks like all my tests still ran good, so I didn't break anything. But what I just want to show you is, like, let's say, oh, I want to make that O in of a capital, so it's properly camel cased. What you can do is actually just right click on the function name, go to refactor, rename, and it will give me the opportunity to change this name. So I'm going to change that O to a capital. I'm going to hit enter. And if we go to room tester, what you'll notice is that the O on all of those function calls was changed as well. So that's how I should have changed the name of that function, not the way I did where I copy and pasted it, because it will change it through all my classes and it saves me the work. So actually changing the names of functions isn't that hard because you can easily refactor, rename. So I strongly recommend you do that, and that you make sure your names are reflective of exactly what's happening in the code itself. Okay? And so that's our room and our room tester. What we're going to do now is we are going to create that second room. So, or sorry, not the second room. What we're going to do now is we're going to create another class. And this is going to be our gameplay class. So I'm going to go and say new Java class. I'm going to call it gameplay. This is like my main class. I don't like the name game. I don't think it's very, or main, sorry. It's not very descriptive. But this is going to be the function that has the main method that runs our general gameplay. So in this class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to keep track of a little bit of data. So I'm going to have a public static void main so that there's a way of running it. Just the standard main class, as you will see. Probably added an extra bracket there. Okay.